Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. We fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep
On this episode of Cigars and Sea Stories, Bennett and Mike sit down to discuss hygiene in the field. And kind of how this topic came about was I was scrolling through our pictures through the media gallery on the WordPress backend, just checking stuff out. And I saw this picture. I'll be sure to put it in the show notes on our website. I don't know if it's going to make it into the show notes on Libsyn. Ooh, got to visit us there at the site. But we had this mirror. It was a Humvee mirror that was just cracked. I mean, like, I don't know if there was a bullet hole in it, but it was definitely cracked, sitting on sandbags right near just a hole in the ground with basketball-sized little rocks, like little boulders, I guess you could say. And that was where we shaved every morning in PB Gumbatti. And I would pull my cot out, which I was lucky enough that I had a cot, and I pulled that out of the room, like the building that we were in, that we would sleep in because, mortar attacks and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
I would just pull that fucker out near the like pull it out back behind the hooch. We all did, because it was hotter than fucking there. And then we'd sleep out under the stars on the cot and wake up to guys over in the hygiene pit, like canteen cups in the morning, and then...
The hygiene pit. Fuck me. Ah, man. I love it. The hygiene pit.
Dude, our hygiene pit was 10 feet away from our burn pit, which was 10
that's
feet
hygienic.
triangular away from our shitters, which was 10 feet triangular away from our shower, which our shower in PB Gumbatti was bed springs. It was just, they had taken a mattress and stripped it entirely, and you were on bed springs with just like a hang bag.
Jesus.
And, a little bit of like belly button down waistline privacy. Pretty much other than that, you're exposed. And it,
Right.
And of course, every Marine Corps shower that you go into, it's a Marine Corps shower if there's a place to hang your weapon.
Right.
And all of your gear.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was awful. It sucked thoroughly.
It sounds like it sucked thoroughly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hell to the no.
It was.
Thank you.
So I have a picture. We had two different causes. There was a alleyway that was it was like a covered walkthrough that went in between the front compound and rear compound, and then there were rooms on either side, and then there was another walkthrough that we had blown out the compound wall over to an adjacent compound and then had those structures, and it was basically like two compounds with a couple of areas where we had blown out the walls in order to flow through in between, and that was our little PB. And in one photograph you can see, I think it was Pablo who was sleeping, but you can see Pablo sleeping in his rack. You can see guys up on post 4, I want to say it was, in full kit with proper PPE, because I think I was SOG at the time. You can see my cot, which is empty.
Not that it fucking matters now.
Right, not that it matters now.
They can't do anything.
And then you can see the hygiene pit, our PT area, the shower, shitter, burn pit. And the we just kind of called it like a grenade sump.
Yeah.
All in one lens frame.
Oh my god.
And I think it covered a grand total of like maybe 30 square yards.
Sounds awful. Just fucking awful.
Dude, did I ever tell you about when... Oh, God. How do I frame this? I don't want to say that they left us, because they didn't leave us. They were ordered to go to another patrol base. So... So 1-6 was going to push up. I don't know. I can't remember what the route was. And they sent an advance party of police advisors to Kajaki. So we got relieved up there and then flew down to Sangin. And they were like, now you're going to work with 1-6. And they put us on 7 tons and drove us out to PB Gumbatti. It was only like 750 meters away, but we were not attached to 1-5. And I get off the 7 ton, my buddy Jeremy, who we got to get on the show. I hop off and I'm one of those fucks who calls everybody by their first name. I don't give a shit. Right. So I'm like, Jeremy. And he's like, who the fuck? And he turns around. I'm like, what's up, bro? He's like, no fucking way. This is gonna be awesome. That's it.
Right. Yeah.
Like, we're going to kill so many terrorists. This is going to be cool. Right. And then, you know, they had like a whatever, the fucking Mark 11 or whatever the fuck that he used to roll around with. He was my DM instructor, is how I knew him. And
right.
so he rolled around with the DMR and smoke check terrorizers. It was fantastic. So, ouch. First patrol, we walk outside the wire, and I'm like tiptoeing through the veil and shit. And he all of a sudden just grabs me by my fucking shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, bro, you ain't gotta be so sketch, man." And I'm like,
sketched, man.
Right. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, dude, Kajaki is just fucking crazy, because it's not just there's fucking landmines everywhere. Like, it's a whole nother set of rules, you know what I mean? So anyway, coming down to Sangin, it was just different, and he had already been there for a couple of months. So we started working together, and we would this show is a lot like what we would do every evening, because I would hang out with the platoon commander, who was one of my shooters when he went through TBS, right? And I was an instructor at Weapons Training Battalion. Uh-huh. And then the platoon sergeant, who was a fellow sergeant, Jeremy and I would, I don't want to say hang out, but we were sitting in the COC for the leadership briefing.
Right.
That were going on. Now, Gunny chose not to go, and then was pissed off afterwards when we would be like high fives and hand grenades and all of this other shit, because we knew what was going on, and he had no idea. So we were planning ops and missions and everything else, so that way the platoon commander and the police chief would partner, right? Uh-huh. And it's just that simple. I mean, it's really not, there's nothing top secret about this, okay?
Right.
The platoon commander and the police chief are counterparts. That's how it's supposed to work. So then the police chief would coordinate with his cops to go out on patrol, and then what you do is they take the reins. You know, that's how it's supposed to work. Which, I mean, these fuckers don't even know how to tell time. Like, I sincerely mean that. They wear watches for show. I'm not joking. Like, they don't give a fuck what time it is. They just, oh, you guys are good. Okay. Like, you know, let's go out and kill terrorists. And you're like, all right. So,
all right.
So anyhow, Gunny did not like this, and this is our mission. So he said, I don't trust you, all of this other stuff, and was like, oh yeah, let's not do that. Let's not run the mission cycle. So we were like, okay, like, we were pretty flabbergasted by it as a group. The platoon commander was like, hey, we're not rolling on the mission. What do we do? Kind of a deal. And 1-6 was like, you're going to move to another patrol base. So they took the platoon out of there, put them in another patrol base, which was like, I mean, that PB was meant for maybe 20 people, and they had 45 people on that PB, dude. It was fucking packed, bro. It was packed. They were like, how do we turn cots into bunk beds? I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, what is going on, man? In a GP tent, you know how it is. You can stack those fuckers side by side. They're yeah, we're already doing that. We don't have enough area for 15 people. Right. You're like, holy shit. And they were like, because you guys aren't doing the mission, we're out of here, and then we're going to move that platoon somewhere else. So they did. And then we were down to just our team and the Afghans. So it was like, there's like 12 of us and 83 Afghans that are rolling through. So there would be like 40 Afghans that are on the PB at any given moment in time, and then they would be rolling through. I mean, this PB is gone. This is fucking years ago. This is 5 years ago. You know what I mean? So all that shit's gone. Oh, dude. And it was just 6 on, 6 off. Yeah. So they left us because we weren't doing the mission. And then we're like, what? No, but there's, I mean, one guy didn't want to do the mission, but like, we do. Like, the rest of the team is looking around, and we had Alpha Company Marines reinforcing us. I think that bolstered us to like fucking, that bolstered us to 18 guys. But when they first left, that was it. We didn't have chow for maybe like, I think we had like 3 DOS chow, 1 DOS water, we had weapons and ammo.
Right.
We had, like, each post had a law. Each post had an AT4. No, my 240 didn't have any ammo, but I had a 240.
Right, because that's effective. Hey, back to hygiene. What's the best piece of gear?
What, for hygiene?
Yeah, for hygiene. Like, everyone's got their own little
Mach 3 canteen cup, canteen water, shaving cream in a can with a brush, breakdown, so that I could, like, swish it around in the water.
Right.
Clean it off. Not the dirty water that I just put all of my face suds on. Yeah, that's what I did.
Awesome.
I preferred it over the...
Yeah, I couldn't stand the fucking electric razors. They suck so bad.
Those blue fuckers.
Especially once they get worn down, because then they just like chew up your face.
Oh God, horrendous.
Best piece of gear ever created by the military, besides the obvious fucking shit. But when it comes to just the slightest bit of creature comfort stuff, definitely the canteen cup, because it's multi-use for so many different things, just like the poncho liner, So
Yeah, the canteen cup is magnificent. I still have mine.
I do as well.
It says Sarnt Penny on the side of it. SARNT, Sarnt.
Sarnt.
Yeah, I'm a Sarnt because I never went to sergeant's course. So I'm a Sarnt.
Gotcha. Sarnt. What's up, Sarnt?
What's going on there, Sarnt?
Sarnt. Yeah, makes complete sense. Shit.
Yes, sir.
Sarnt.
And it's like, why did you put that on the side of your canteen cup? And it's like, because
I'm not an actual sergeant.
Because it was 130 degrees in my room and I had a Sharpie. Like,
right.
Yeah.
And nothing better to do.
Yeah. Dude,
I had already watched Fifth Element 16 times.
Right. But you'd be surprised. So, hygiene wise, our hooch had so we lived in Afghan houses that, they were like legit houses that had plumbing in them, but they were Afghan plumbing. So, which is southern Afghan. Let's say southern Afghan plumbing. Northern Afghan plumbing might be better. Helmand Afghan, but Kajaki Afghan plumbing. But it had a shower that was just cold as fuck because it was river water.
But at least it was a shower. That's kind of cool. Because you don't give a shit if you're. Oh God, the whole fucking place, man. Just they smell like every fucking place I ever went. It just smelled like a fucking petting zoo.
Yeah.
After you take a shower and like you're able to like actually smell like soap or even it doesn't have to be like scented soap. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Just that smell of like actual like what Americans equate as like the smell of clean. You know what I mean? And you get all the snot rockets out and you're just fucking all cleaned out and you walk out of the freaking shower, right? Or out of the bathroom if you actually have the ability to do so. All your sense of smell is just so much keener,
right?
And it just, you go, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And it just smells like a fucking, it sounds like a petting zoo and just like weird shit burning and like, you're like, what the fuck is the smell of that? Like, what is that smell?
Filth.
And it doesn't even, I'm not even saying like burn pit.
No.
It's almost like that, like you're burning tires or something. You know what I mean?
It's a darker smell.
Yeah, like burnt plastic that's just like with, what the fuck is that, dude? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I smelt it in Bosnia. I smelt it in Hungary. Even this is like in Budapest. So like even in the cities, it's like that burnt plastic, burnt tire smell.
Yeah.
So that was always fun to do after your hygiene.
Right.
You would come out and just smell that.
It's the wag bag pit, probably.
That fucking stench, and you're like, motherfuck.
Dude, the wag bag pit ain't no joke. That's a plastic bag, kitty litter, and shit.
Yeah. Right. And shit. Right. Yeah, man. Now I know. I'm just saying it's just that it's an assaulting smell.
Yeah, it is.
So,
you'll love this.
But then within an hour it's gone because you're already, accustomed to it again.
You'll love this, okay? You ready? Oh, fuck. So we were on Camp Ramadi and they put these heads. They finally wisened up and they put down gravel. Okay, but at first, where they put these fucking shower trailers on Camp Ramadi was just they. This is hard to describe. So, like, do you know what moon dust is? So in Iraq,
and talking about like the actual like the toy moon dust.
No, so like in Iraq, there's this. It's earth that's just been churned by a million armies, kind of deal, and it's very fine. Like
Very
if it was
fine.
underwater, it would be silt.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's because some of the areas are lower than sea level and stuff like that. Whatever. I don't know what the fuck the soil composition is, but as you're walking through it, you can't see your boots at all. So it's very strange. They decided that they were going to turn that into a birthing area, and what they were going to do is put down gravel, and then they were going to put down the birthing area or whatever on cinder blocks, and then we were going to move in. Then they put down the shower trailer, but it was off of the corner, away from the birthing area, where they hadn't put gravel down yet. So you go into the shower, and then when you walk out, like, you're just
Covered with moon dust.
moon dust. I mean, like, dude, it's hot and humid, and you're tacky and you're sticky, and maybe
Yeah.
you just ran a comb through your hair, if it's even long enough or whatever. But you walk outside and you have moisture on your skin into dust. Just dust.
Right. Yeah.
That, like, the stairs are covered in dust. And they're like, why the fuck did I even bother? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Because my asshole itched for the past 2 days.
Because I have I have baboon ass.
Right. Just terrible.
And then what's even worse than baboon ass? You have what's called mandrill ass. You know what a mandrill is?
No.
It's like a fucking baboon on steroids. You know the ones that have like the colored face that are like they look like they literally bite your head off. If you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, people, just type in mandrill to Google and you'll go, oh fuck. Yeah,
Right.
man. That's even worse than baboon ass.
We're going to need a mandrill picture for
there's blue and
episode
there's
notes.
blue involved as well. So, yeah, man, not just red, it's blue and yeah.
like
dude.
prolapse and stuff.
It's not cool. It's an ugly motherfucker.
It's dirty. That's gross.
So that is the next level of baboon ass.
Yeah.
Monkey butt, whatever. You like that. Yeah.
You know what else?
I just think of whoever came up with the name of the product. What is it? Is it monkey butt?
Yeah.
I think it is monkey butt.
Yeah.
What a fucking genius.
Yep.
What a marketing genius.
Had to be a twofold. Had to be. Fellow Bella Woodsman. Yudder and a chutter.
Yeah, man.
Oh, you know what else sucks? Getting haircuts.
Oh.
I was the team barber.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Worked out quite well.
Ah, shit.
It's like just enough to get by. What are we gonna do here, boys? I was getting everybody lolos. I mean, low for days.
Low.
Oh yeah, and then like I think Doc had a haircut shit or something like that, all drummed up, saying that hygienically it was better if we maintained because the clippers and passing it around, we could get staff out in the field, and we didn't have adequate resources. So anybody who sat down in the chair, dude, I know shit. This is what we would do. So you take the blades off, which 9 times out of 10 I would have to hold with a glove. You know, just like I wouldn't put the fucking glove on. Don't get me wrong. I would just like drape it around and hold these fucking things and then wash them off with water to cool them down. Because this is like the 12th haircut in. You know what I mean? And then we would wash out the clippers or whatever. Everything's good. That bitch is steaming when you fire that fucker back up. You do not want to be the 12th guy in the chair. Let me tell you what. And 9 times out of 10, it's like, hey, dude, I'm doing haircuts on my fucking QRF time. Do you think that I'm gonna fucking reschedule you for tomorrow? I don't think so, douche. Like, you are getting in the chair. So this is when I'm gonna open the gate kind of a deal. Come one, come all when you hit your fucking QRF time.
Right.
So if you came off, oh, man. Because you know how it works. Like, they do a change of guard midway through your QRF. So you can get both teams, essentially. If you were those last boys, oh, I feel bad. One time I burned the shit out of Austin. Oh man, not Smokey, different Austin. I burned the shit out. It felt terrible. He was like, "Ow!" I held that blade on there for maybe like 2 or 3 seconds, and it hit him. So all I would do is I would just be like zip, 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 all the way around. That was it. It was like the lowest low ever.
Damn.
And Sergeant Major came out there and he's like, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah.
When I was on deployment, for the most time, I just shaved my fucking head. That was it. Just shave it off. Fuck it. That was me. That's what I did.
That was the first 2 tours, not the third tour. I was Arthur D. Fonzarelli on the third tour. Dude, I got like a selfie of me like combing my coif in the COC like a freak.
Holy shit. Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. It's bad. Struggle's real, people. You don't understand, motherfucker. I'm like making coffee in a goddamn tube sock and a chai knock in that motherfucker. Like I'm
That's
on
it.
like 3 hours of sleep.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh
Holy
my
fuck.
God. I was literally teaching myself to write left-handed when I was in the COC, just trying to stay awake.
Right.
Right.
Holy fuck.
And
That's crazy.
I told the guys, I said, black gear is, internal kind of a deal. PRs are open. So you can say whatever the fuck you want on a PR,
Yeah.
and just keep the chatter rolling because I don't give a shit. And then all of a sudden you hear somebody like, break. Shut the fuck up. And I'm like, negative. Get off our net. I don't
Fuck
care.
you. Negative,
And I'm
get
like, listen to me. So that it's just loud as fuck coming out that PR. Like, I don't give a shit. If you're on a goddamn mission right now, you get off my freak. Right now. Get off my freak. And then you wouldn't hear back from him. Dude, fuck you. I'm not going to change my PB's freak. You can suck a dick. Okay?
So back in Garrison, how did you wear your hair there?
Not like that. Medium rag.
Medium rag. I had long fucking hair in the Corps. It was like as long as, all right, so basically, and this was a lot of the guys, not every one of them, but a lot of them, we would basically, because if we were able to wear like a hood all the time, during PT and whatnot, especially in the winter.
Yeah.
Because that's when we'd really let it grow out. And we would keep the sides, nice and trimmed to like a, 0, just so nobody could look at you like when you had your cover on. Be like, what the fuck?
Right.
Right? But the top, yeah.
Yep.
I had that way past 3 inches. Because I could take it from like the middle of my head, pull the hair straight up, and bring it down, and it would like hit my chin. It was crazy, dude. It was really fucking long.
That's
I'll have to dig up some pictures. So we used to just slick it back.
Yeah.
I'll have to dig up some pictures and show you because it was fucking funny.
Well, it's
And you didn't do it because it wasn't like, oh yeah, that's a cool fucking hairstyle. You just did it because you could.
right.
Because you're like, fuck, it's your little fuck you to the man.
Right.
You know?
Who do I have to piss off today?
Right.
It's a mission. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a major who used to call me Johnny Photon.
Johnny Photon.
He's like, Johnny Photon. And I'm like, what? Why? He's like, cuz when I watch you walking around battalion without that campaign cover on, you remind me of Jimmy Neutron, but he's a blonde.
But he's a blonde.
I'm gonna call you
Johnny Jimmy
Johnny
Photon.
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 That's all they call me. Johnny Photon. What's going on there, Sergeant?
Funny, dude.
That motherfucker, dude, I'm telling you, that guy right there with a shotgun in his hands, no, sir.
Dangerous motherfucker.
Dangerous. Number one in the world, dangerous. Number one in the world. And you're like, wow. Yeah. And he was prior enlisted. Yep.
That's just funny.
Yeah. Good guy. Good guy. I'm going to call the good major. He's probably a fucking colonel by now. The dude's awesome. Johnny Photon. He's like, pop that top. Let me see it. Woo! You still within regs? I think so, sir. He's like, I'm not telling anybody.
Probably
I'm not telling
not.
anybody.
Pretty sure I'm not, but
Probably not. He's like, where are you hanging out these days? Recoil pistol? Just you all the way down there? Like recoil pistol or like, he's like, there's this other range I can't tell you about, but like it's further off and it's just another range. It's like, you hanging out over there? You know what I mean? I can tell you about it. I can't tell those guys about it.
those guys.
There's civilian ranges and there's not civilian ranges on Quantico.
Right.
Pretty cool. It's a pretty cool place. Pretty nifty.
Nifty, I say.
Hey, if you guys were in the FBI, we were the ones up on the fence. I've said this before
Fence
in an
yelling
episode.
at you. Yeah.
I was
They're up there
also
yelling at you.
I was also the guy running wind sprints up and down the impact area. Whoops, lead poisoning. Hello. Fuck. Damn it. They're like guys on hazmat suits taking care of the shit that we used to run up and down in green on green with Go Fasters on. Yeah, I said Go Fasters.
Go Fasters.
Go Faster.
I still call my kids' fucking sneakers Go Fasters.
That's awesome.
It just happens.
I'm going to see if I can get some. I'm going to Google that shit. I swear to God.
Go Fasters. Well, what kind of Go Fasters did you guys get?
A6?
Yeah, we had New Balance.
Go Fasters, Power Sports, and Marine. Nope, that's not.
Green. We had gray New Balance, dude. They were the worst fucking running shoes ever devised. They were horrible.
Go Fasters, USMC.
They were absolutely fucking horrible.
See, I switched over to New Balance. Forever USMC recruits review.
Well, see, I went from New Balance to Asics. And then I had Adidas too that I like, but even now I still just Asics fit my feet the best, man. I don't know why. They just do to this day.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's, go with whatever the fuck you go with.
That's right. Shit.
The fuck is clicking at me? I can hear something. See, it's the NSA again. God damn it.
I'm telling you. We haven't talked about that in a long time. But you know what? I haven't had weird stuff on my phone in a while.
They're like, these guys are fucking pricks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. They're just they don't care anymore.
No, I think they're good. I think we're okay. I think we've passed muster.
Yeah.
And we're deemed a non-threat, at least at this point.
I mean, I'm kind of flattered, but at the same time, I'm a little not,
I'm a little over it, is what I am. Just over it.
Oh my God, New Balances with flags on them. Talk about ultimate Go Fasters. Goddamn Molly Pack. I don't give a fuck who you are. The Molly Pack is the worst device. Fucking, you're retarded. It's dumb.
The Molly?
The Molly Pack. It is awful.
Horrible.
It is so bad. So bad. Oh, it's awesome to hike with. Yeah, right. Without a plate carrier on. Like, no. To wear on mission? No. You want an Alice Pack with tactical tailor super straps. And then on your frame, on the inside of the frame, take some pieces of isomat and put them right on the inside of the frame so that it's in between your rear plate and the actual frame itself. And then what you do is, while the pack's off of it, because you can remove the fucking Alice Pack from the frame, and you can't do that. No, you didn't have the other ones, the other Molly ones. And I'm talking about the LB Pack, by the way. The LB Pack's a piece of shit. But the Alice Pack, what you do is you take the frame and you bend it around your rear sappy plate, which I always put a large sappy in the back and a medium up front. How did I do that? My spotter had mediums, I had large. I gave him my front to put in the rear. He gave me his rear to put in my front. Biggity bow. So I had a medium in front, large in the back. I would press the frame against the plate, and then the super straps just held that fucker to me. And the super straps had lower. You remember how the lower frame supports? People never knew how to wear that shit. They all strapped the belt around their hips. I'm like, you people are fucking stupid. You take the belt off and you roll up isomat and put it right in there for lumbar support, and then your straps go through the L points down there so that it doesn't pinch off under your armpits on your brachials, and it just holds tight across your chest. And then what I would do on mission is put my strap under my plate so it would be inside close to my chest, so it went over my shoulders, and then I'd snap it under my plate so that I had all my shit up front. And I'm glad as fuck that they gave us that pocket up front, because in the old school flax they had the pocket up front. Vietnam era had a pocket on the belly so that you could put all your shit in there, and that's where I used to tuck my map and everything. But that Alice Pack, that bitch ain't going nowhere. And if you pack it correctly and it's snug against your frame, I mean, you're just whew.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Oh, man.
It's I remember, all right, so in the Army, we had a first sergeant that would make us clip our web belt, right?
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
So we'd have our H harness and all that shit with our belt, with all of our mags on it and all that shit, right?
It's so weird.
So he would actually make us see, all right. So in recon, we wore it really low because we wore such huge rucks. As we had, I guess you would call it like a mountain ruck or something. So it was huge. The packs were gigantic. It wasn't a normal. It was like just a big ass. It was bigger even than like an Alice large, right? It was just big. So we couldn't wear our gear around our waist and clip it. So we'd have to like wear it low. You know what I mean? It would be down like around our ass,
right?
For the pack to be able to sit right. Well, when I got into the Army, I was like started doing the same thing. And people lost their fucking minds. So it was never comfortable. Like ruck marches in the Army were never comfortable because they'd always make you have your web belt clipped. Could never wear it open. Fuck, dude. It was the worst.
That's so terrible, man.
So what would happen is you would flop, you would do the pack flop where you would, throw it over your head. And then what would happen is it would come down right on top of your canteens and shit.
Yeah.
And your butt pack. It would come down right on top of that and it would just ride on your hips. So not only was the weight riding on your hips, so by the end of a ruck march, your hips were just fucked. Wasn't even so bad like on your shoulders. At least it took the heat off of there. But especially like once you would hit like that 12-mile point or farther,
right,
you were just fucking hurting. And the next day you'd have like bruises on your hips and shit. It was like, what the fuck? It's horrible.
That's brutal, man.
Never had to deal with that shit when I was in the Corps.
Yeah.
Never. But we also didn't really road march. Or we didn't. Which is kind of cool, but we would just go out in the field for a week and fuck off and fuck with people.
Oh, see, yeah.
See, we also got tasked out as Op 4 quite a lot. So we would get, we would be able to go out and practice snooping and pooping. And we would be the at that time, everyone was always Spetsnaz. We're all fighting the Spetsnaz, right? So that was the deal. We always played Spetsnaz.
You will come to me, American.
You come to me, I will fuck you up.
Fuck you.
And then we'll drink vodka.
I must break you.
Then we will drink vodka.
Yeah, that's funny. See, we
How did this start out as hygiene and we're totally off of hygiene?
I don't know, but it happens. Dude, see.
Doesn't even matter.
Yeah, we're terrible.
Whatever.
Fucking.
Hey, we're just sitting here bullshitting. That's what it's about.
There you go. See, rolling around a cat team, we had to hump. Like, we had to get out of the trucks and do that shit. But they were fucks about it every once in a while. They would have us, like, hump to the gas chamber.
Oh, fuck.
You know what I mean? You're just like,
Yeah, man.
Right? I mean, you're just like...
What a fucking shit show.
You're like, this is fucked, man. Like, this is kind of psychologically fucked. And B... Like, I'm going to show up all hot and sweaty and filthy and disgusting. It's like, fuck that. You're in 29 Palms anyhow. Oh, man. It was like, oh, God, this is the worst. It was the worst. It was the worst. There's no other way to put it. It just fucking sucked.
It's really funny.
Yeah, they were like,
Shit.
My seniors would fuck with us also. They would be like, all right, you guys got to shave so that way, you pass weekend inspection, then you go out on liberty right after the hump. And it's like, oh, yeah, okay. So everybody would shave. They knew that we were going to the gas chamber. We did not. That's fucked. That's fucked. We interviewed him, and I didn't bring that shit up.
So worst gas chamber you ever had to go to? How many?
Probably like six.
Yeah.
Because I did 2 in a year. Because of the chlorine threat, we like doubled down.
Right.
Oh, I did 2 in a year twice because the worst for me was probably boot camp because of the heightened anxiety of not knowing what you're about to go through.
Right.
I had somebody ripped my mask off, and I opened my eyes and grabbed a hold of him by his throat and ripped his mask off in the fleet because he did not know who I was. And this was like, I had come back. We thank God did not have to do it prior to going to Afghanistan, right? No, we didn't. but I did it in the fleet. Yeah.
Whew.
Anyway, we were back from Ramadi and had to do it, and a guy ripped mine off, and he was like a gunny or some shit. I don't know. They were, NBC guys. So I grabbed him by his throat and ripped his off. And I didn't start pummeling him or anything like that. We just both went for our masks immediately afterwards. He was just like, motherfucker. Like, you could hear him, in the middle of the gas chamber. And then I just basically, like, switched sides and hid. So it worked out. Fuck that guy. So, yeah.
I just remember 2 worst times ever. One was a makeshift gas chamber that we did in I think it was in a tent or some asinine thing like that. But they used a smoke grenade, not tabs.
Oh.
That was fucking awful. Awful. And then the other time, the worst thing ever to happen, smoke-wise, was when we were in RIP, the Recon Indoc Platoon.
Yeah.
And we were going through mission stuff out in the field. Well, our instructors loved, and this seems like every recon unit, and most guys have gone through this, they just gas the shit out of you out in the field. No, they do.
Right.
It's fucking ridiculous.
They spray CS shit on the grass and
right. And they'll pop smoke grenades, CS grenades all over the fucking place, and you're just sucking. It just sucks. Where you're running, and they're chasing you around with CS, basically, and you're just running, right? Trying to stay together, trying to keep it in a cohesive fucking thing, but it makes people lose their fucking minds, especially with lack of sleep, right? So we had a guy who the instructor tied a CS grenade off to his pack.
Fantastic.
Hold the fucking pen, let it roll.
Fantastic.
Y'all see it. Gas, gas, gas. Now, needless to say, we were doing a movement to contact, and we had been through all night. So this is like 05:30.
Right.
We're getting ready to like hunker down, supposedly, in a harbor site for the night, or for the day, for part of the day.
Yeah.
And get some rest and, eat and chow and whatnot. And we had just got done moving through a swamp. Well, half of us, because we were booed as fuck, cherry motherfuckers, our gas mask, which is the funny part, is after that I never carried a gas mask again.
Right.
In the fleet or anywhere, basically. I mean, I think I did. I think I had it in like my gear, whenever we were like in the rear or whatever. But I never carried it out in the field again. Our gas masks had gotten wet. So they call gas, 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 and we go to don our masks. Well, out of the 7 of us, 5 of us, our masks were waterlogged. So the fucking filter didn't work. Oh. So you don and clear it, and you're like, ooh, because you can't fucking breathe, right? So we just like literally just like toss them off, and we're like, all right, we got to get the fuck out of here. So let's go. Well, not unbeknownst to us, the instructor tied the grenade off to the one guy's back.
Yeah.
So we're just running and running faster and running like we're trying to get the fuck away.
Right.
And the shit, we're all coughing and hacking and whatnot.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
And then all of a sudden we hear this, oh shit, and we hear, oh, and because the guy his shit was tied to, he had tripped on a log, and when he did that, he went down. Well, the grenade flipped over, and he landed on it.
Oh.
Well, it ended up fucking him up.
Shit.
It actually ended up fucking him up.
Oh, that's so bad.
His arm landed right on the grenade. And he had to like get skin grafts and shit on his arm.
I can just picture him bouncing down this
right, but and so we're coming back, and we're like, where the fuck is he at? And all we hear is ooh, ooh, ooh. Like a fucking muffled, like ooh. And we roll him over, and he's just like, dude, it's all fucked up. Face is all red, eyes are slammed shut, and then he's got this huge burn mark on his fucking arm. And we're all like, oh, fuck.
No good.
Oops. So, needless to say, the instructor got in a little trouble.
I'd say.
Not too much, because we just handled that shit. That's how they do that shit out there. They would just handle shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd handle shit internally, and the next thing you know, you're on 45 days of restriction, 45 days of fucking extra duty. But nothing. You know, they're not taking rank or anything like that. Thank God. They usually didn't do that, because I would have been a private forever. But anyway, yeah, so that's my story with CS. It's pretty fucking bad. I just remember that poor fucking kid. Holy fuck.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, man.
Jesus.
He had just sucked up like a minute and a half of fucking a CS canister. Just
Right.
bring it out right in his fucking right in his face.
It's I'm a motherfucker for laughing at it, and
I know.
still,
So, yep.
that shit's kind of funny. I'm sorry that shit happened to you.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
It's like, this is some shit that goes down in like on a movies. You know, you don't. It was really bad, just fucking bad.
Oh, that's not good.
But it always makes a good story. So.
Oh, fuck. We had, well, it was an electrical fire that occurred inside of a vehicle with a platoon sergeant sitting right on top of the battery, and it just caught on fire. And so I hopped out of my Vic and grabbed a fire extinguisher. Another guy hopped out, grabbed his fire extinguisher, and this is in training in Twenty Palms. And we're like bouncing around the city, and then all of a sudden, you know, the little makeshift village that they've created out of shipping containers. And I look back, the gunner's like, "Oh my God, Vic 2's on fire," or whatever, whatever Vic 1's on fire, I don't know. And yeah, so we went running up, and with the guys still in there, like, we just ripped the door open, grabbed the guys, ripped them out, and then just started, and the gunner was already out the top, and just started spraying the shit out of the inside. Like, whether or not the guy's on the opposite, you know, so he and I went running from other side of the truck, ripped the doors open, and started pulling the guys out, and we didn't give a fuck whether or not the guy on the other side of the truck was done yet. We just started spraying fire extinguisher in there. Oh, it was pretty epic. It was pretty epic. We had to tow that fucker all the way back to Mainside. It really sucked.
Shit.
Yeah, and no one got hurt.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it like engulfed. Like when we pulled them out and then pulled them out of the truck, the flames went up because now it had air, right, moving through. It was kind of like we just knew we had to rip those fuckers out of the vehicle. And so we did. And then the whole thing caught on fire, and then we were like, fire extinguishers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good times.
Oh, man.
Good times. That shit's nuts. Fuck, man, I forgot about that. That's crazy. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, shit. Good stuff. Good times.
Yeah, so hygiene.
It's a great episode.
Right.
Great episode on hygiene.
Yeah.
Hey,
oh, yeah, we shit through ammo crates.
Here's the advice. You ready? Make sure you have your canteen cup.
Yep.
When possible, heat your water. I don't know how, but figure it the fuck out. Put on the engine of your Humvee or whatever.
What a Marine thing to say. I don't know how, but figure it the fuck out.
You're a Marine. Shut the fuck up. Figure it out. Have a sharp fucking razor, and make sure you have wet wipes. Lots and lots of fucking wet wipes, and you'll be okay.
Oh my God, I love our job.
But not the fucking Walmart Equate brand, because they suck. They smell like shit. Like all I do is I just equate that smell with baby shit, so it's like horrible. Can never ever use that brand for some reason. Ruined.
Yeah.
So anyway, they just smell horrible. So
there you go.
There's my hygiene tips. Hygiene tips for the day. Yeah, and make sure, just wipe your nuts, because there's nothing worse than that. It smells so bad.
And that right there is why you subscribe to Cigars and Sea Stories. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and Player FM. Leave a comment. Thanks. Helpful tips like that.
That's it.
From Bennett.
Yeah, man.
Good Gandhi. Check us out for another edition of Cigars and Sea Stories in the not-too-distant future here, folks. It's coming up every Tuesday and Thursday at 0100 is when we release it. And we like putting a little more extra goodies into the website than what you would normally get on iTunes, Stitcher, Player, any of the other aggregators. So come on over to cigarsandseastories.com. Check out the actual podcast show notes on there, the episode notes, to get a little bit more. We do our hyperlinks, all of that other fun, happy horse shit. So, you got anything for the good people in America?
I was trying to think of something clever, but I got nothing.
Okay, there's
Done.
one last thing. I have literally sat down and smelled my balls and my feet at the same time.
That's vile.
That's when you need to shower.
That's when you need those wipes.
That's
it.
Cue the music.